Hello friends, myself Ahir Dr. from RBNB College Srirampur. Today I deliver a lecture on thermodynamics from HSC board syllabus. In this thermodynamics we study about first law of thermodynamics. According to first law of thermodynamics, it gives relation between heat supplied to the system, then internal energy and also work done. Now in this lecture we have to study the thermodynamic state variables. Thermodynamic state variable. For that we consider a water is poured in the vessel. Its initial pressure is given by P, volume is given by V, temperature is given by T, mass is given by M, internal energy is given by U, density is given by rho. Now if we supply heat to the water, then its pressure goes on changing, and this pressure will become, when water boils, its temperature goes on increasing, then pressure will become P2. If initial pressure is P1, then at the boiling state its pressure is P2, then volume will become V2, temperature of that water will become T2. So in this way, if we consider this mass, mass will become M2, internal energy will become U2, and density will become rho 2. There is change in the state, and these are the variables. These variables are called as thermodynamic or thermodynamic state variables. Means this pressure, volume, temperature, mass, internal energy and density, all these are called as thermodynamic state variables. So according to this one, we can write what are the thermodynamic state variables. It is physical quantities which describes the state of system called as thermodynamic state variables. So very simple, thermodynamic state variables are the physical quantities which can be describe the state of that system. Now these state variables are measurable. The state variables are measurable. We can measure the pressure, initial pressure, final pressure, volume, temperature, mass, density, and therefore it is measurable. Also it can be observable. And characteristics and it is also, this characteristics is also called as property. It is also called as property. So in another word we can say that these thermodynamic state variables are macroscopic, and that's why we can measure that state variables, we can observe that variables, and we can characterize or property, we can find out property of that state variables. These are the macroscopic observations for the state variables, and this is when system is in uniform, system is in equilibrium. Now these state variables can be classified in two ways. First is intensive variables and another type is extensive variable. Intensive variables and extensive variable. For that purpose, if we consider a system means an ideal gas is enclosed in the cylinder. This gas is our system. If its pressure is given by P, temperature is given by T, density is given by rho, mass is given by capital M, its internal energy is given by U, and volume is given by V. So we can say that P is the pressure of an ideal gas, V is the volume of an ideal gas, T is the temperature of an ideal gas, rho is the density of an ideal gas, M is the mass of that ideal gas, and U is the internal energy of that gas. Now, if we make a compartment, then what happens? In that case, pressure in both compartments remains same. Pressure is same. Temperature is also same. Density is also same. But if total mass is capital M, then this total mass is divided into M by 2. So in this area, mass is M by 2. This M is equally divided into 2 area, and therefore mass is divided by M by 2. Its internal energy also divided by 2. And volume is also divided by 2. Volume get divided V by 2. Now concentrate on these three variables: pressure, temperature and density. This pressure, density and temperature, it remains same, and that's why if size get halved, there is change in the size of the system, but pressure, temperature and density remain same. Such variables are called as intensive variables. Such variables are called as intensive variables. So according to this example, we can say that what is intensive variables? Intensive variable are those variables which do not depend on size of a system. Such variables are called as intensive variables. So remember again, what are the intensive variables? Intensive variables are those variables which do not depend upon size of the system. Size goes on changing, but this variable remains same. And that's why we can say that intensive variables are those variables which do not depend upon size of the system. So in that case we can say that pressure, temperature and density, those are intensive variables. Now remaining these three variables means mass, energy, internal energy, and volume. Those are the extensive variable. Those are the extensive variable, and those variable depends upon size of the system. That's why we write here what are the extensive variables. The extensive variables are those variable which depends on size of the system. Such variables are called as extensive variables. So remember that these state variables can be classified in two ways: intensive variables and extensive variables. What are the intensive variables? Those variables which do not depend upon size of the system are called as intensive variables, while extensive variable means those variables which depends upon size of the system. Size goes on changing, then this variable goes on changing. So this is about the state variables. Now we have to study next one is thermodynamic equilibrium. We have to study about thermodynamic equilibrium. So thermodynamic equilibrium. This thermodynamic equilibrium can be classified in three ways. First is a mechanical equilibrium. Mechanical equilibrium. Second type of thermodynamic equilibrium is chemical equilibrium. And third type of equilibrium is thermal equilibrium. Thermal equilibrium. If system satisfy all these equilibrium simultaneously, mechanical equilibrium, chemical equilibrium, thermal equilibrium, then system is said to be in thermodynamic equilibrium. Now what is mechanical equilibrium? So for mechanical equilibrium, there is no unbalanced force between system and surrounding or within the system, then system is said to be in mechanical equilibrium. So we can say that in case of mechanical equilibrium, no unbalanced force within the system and system and surrounding. then such system is called as, or the system is said to be in mechanical equilibrium. Or in another word, we can say that a system is said to be in a mechanical equilibrium if the pressure remains constant throughout and it does not change with the time. So in another word, we can say that in a mechanical equilibrium, pressure of system remains constant. Pressure of a system remains constant throughout, it does not changes, then such a system is called as mechanical, such system is said to be in mechanical equilibrium. So always remember that. What is mechanical equilibrium? When there is no unbalanced force exists between system and surrounding, then system is said to be in mechanical equilibrium. Or pressure of system remains constant, it does not changes with time, then such system is called as mechanical equilibrium. Now we have to consider, or we have to study about the chemical equilibrium. When there is no chemical reaction between within system or no chemical reaction in one part of system to the other part of system due to the diffusion, then such system is said to be in chemical equilibrium. So remember again, what is chemical equilibrium? When there is no change in its chemical reaction, or there is no transfer of chemical reaction between system and surrounding, then such system is said to be in chemical equilibrium. So in that case, again we can say that chemical composition of system remains constant throughout. Such system is said to be in chemical equilibrium. Now last case is thermal equilibrium. So in case of thermal equilibrium, we know that the word thermal is related with the temperature. So in case of thermal equilibrium, temperature of a system remains constant throughout. Then such system is said to be in a thermal equilibrium. In zeroth law of thermodynamics, we study about the thermal equilibrium. So remember again, what is thermal equilibrium? When the temperature of system remains constant throughout, it does not changes with time, such system is said to be in a thermal equilibrium. And the thermodynamic equilibrium, in which all these mechanical equilibrium, chemical equilibrium, thermal equilibrium satisfies simultaneously, then such system is said to be in thermodynamic equilibrium. So this is about the thermodynamic equilibrium. Now we stop here. Thank you.